Ooh, fish on. There we go, guys. Smacked it. Guys, we have caught something very, very big. I mean, literally, we're at a stalemate right now. I can't move them. Oh my gosh, come on. What's up, you guys? I'm super excited about a brand new series where we're going to be talking about how to catch striped bass using artificial baits. Guys, I've had a lot of requests and people asking me, what do I use if I don't use gizzard shad or threadfin shad? Throughout the next year or so, I'm going to be trying out different artificial baits that I've used in my past with success, and we're going to try to replicate that so you guys know exactly what to use depending on certain situations. For this first episode, we're actually going to be starting off with something that is one of the most rudimentary things you can use to catch a striped bass, and that is a swim bait. So guys, in this first episode, this is the exact swim bait I use. I have a little jig head here just to get it down, and it's got a little paddle tail on the back, and it's just the most basic of ways to catch a striped bass. Guys, there's a lot of ways to catch striped bass, but I'm going to be explaining every situation when I'm actually out on the water to try to explain why I use certain baits. So let's start off with why I used a swim bait. Guys, the first thing I noticed when I got to my spot was that there were lots of busts happening. Now, they weren't super consistent busts. They weren't happening constantly, but maybe every 2 to 3 minutes, one would come up and bust the surface. And I knew immediately that we had striper feeding on the surface. So guys, whenever striper are busting on the surface, what's actually happening below the surface of the water is that there are schools of shad. And as these stripers start to attack the schools, some of these shad will get separated from the group, and that's when they're super vulnerable. The striped bass begin to chase them, and sometimes they go straight up to the surface of the water. They run out of room, and that's when you see these colossal busts on the surface where shad are typically getting eaten or jumping out of the water trying to escape. And guys, that's exactly what was happening on that particular day. Every 2 to 3 minutes, you'd hear this really crazy splashing sound. I'd look over, I'd see some shad trying to get away, and then I would see a striper come up and eat. And so immediately, there were a couple things that went through my head. The first one was, well, should I throw some kind of top water? And then I thought, you know, because of the infrequency and the randomness of where they're coming up, I may catch one, but it might be a little bit more effective to go ahead and throw something below the surface because it's going to increase my odds of making the striper think that something has been separated from a school, and therefore it's an easier target. So guys, of course, there's a lot of different ways you can catch striper below the surface. I could have thrown a lot of things, but I want to start off with just the basics, which of course is that paddle tail we talked about earlier. So guys, I noticed over by a couple of docks, there was a continuous bite happening. Every few minutes, there would be a striper that would come up. And so I thought, okay, let me start casting at these docks and just see what happens. So I started throwing that paddle tail out. Typically, guys, when I throw the paddle tail out, I'm going to let it sink first, get a little bit of depth, and then I slowly start to retrieve it in. Occasionally, I'm going to lift that rod tip up, let it drop, lift it up, just kind of making it look like it's moving around a little bit. And a lot of times, guys, on that drop is when you'll get that hit. And as you guys will see in this video, that's exactly what happened. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get you guys out on the water so you can experience exactly what I experienced, so you can hopefully replicate it yourself and catch a nice big striper. So guys, just so you guys know, it's got a little paddle tail on the back of it, and if you can see kind of the profile of it in the water, it just looks like a little shad swimming along. All right, you guys, I've been seeing some fish jumping over here, so I put a swim bait on. I'm gonna zing it pretty hard out there and just do kind of like a slow retrieve back where I lift slightly and drop. Definitely some active fish out here, and they're feeding for sure. I'm just gonna keep throwing over here, just long cast, you guys, and then just slowly bringing it back. Kind of just looks like a lone shad swimming out there in the open water. Occasionally I'm just kind of lifting it up, dropping it down. I have been noticing consistent busts right over there by those docks. So I'm gonna cast over there and just see if maybe I can get something to commit to this swim bait that I've got. Ooh, fish on. There we go, guys. Smacked it. Oh, good fish, guys. Really good fish. Oh, look at that. Look at that. He's taking line. Oh, on the swim bait, you guys. It's a big fish, man. Holy cow. Absolutely clobbered the swim bait. Oh, my goodness. Guys, we have caught something very, very big. We 100% have hooked a monster here, and I'm just trying to get him up right now so we can get a look at him. Oh, golly, man, look at that rod bend, you guys. Oh, he is just so heavy. He is just, I mean, I can barely move them at the moment, guys. We're probably looking at maybe a hybrid or a striper or something just monstrous. Oh. I mean, literally, we're at a stalemate right now. I can't move them. This is insane. Oh, gosh. Oh, it's so strong. I mean, it could be a big catfish, I suppose. I'm not really sure what it is, guys, but it is, whatever it is. It's very, very, very big, which is always fun. Oh my gosh, come on. Guys, what I did is I cast right out there on those docks, and as I was about halfway back, I just got absolutely thumped. Absolutely thumped. Let's see if we can just get this guy up. I just want to see him, honestly. I want to see this fish. He is slowly coming in now. Oh, he's coming up to the top. It's huge. I'm not sure what it is, guys, but it is really big. Come to the front of the boat with him. I'm thinking maybe a striper or a hybrid, guys. That was a big wake. Come on, let's get up here. Oh, come on. Yeah, oh my gosh. Whoa, I think it's a striper, guys. Yeah. Oh, man. Come on up here, big boy. Oh my goodness, yes, got him. Striper, you guys. That was awesome. Absolutely, guys. We just caught a nice stripe right there on the swim bait. And a lot of people have been asking me, what do you throw, or what can you throw? And small profile swim baits just like this with a jig head will get the job done if they're active. And guys, this striper was active. Look at this guy. How beautiful is that? Oh my goodness. Absolutely beautiful fish. Let's set up our camera real quick. Man, he's got some sores on his mouth. Interesting. Cool. All right, let's let this guy go. Beautiful, beautiful stripe, man. We'll definitely get him back in this cold water. See if he kicks off there. There he goes, guys. How cool was that? That was just awesome. I hope you enjoyed the start of the series. If you do like this style and this format of video where we kind of talk about each bait and when to use it and how to use it, I hope you'll give this video a like as well as a comment. And if you really, really like it a lot, also share it with your friends. And guys, that'll just help this channel continue to grow and get bigger. So guys, if you're interested in more striped bass videos, I've got a really fun one from this spring right up here. Or if you're interested in seeing what happens in the winter, I've got another one right up here. Guys, until next time, tight lines. 3, 2,